Hello students, welcome to MJC Learning. Today we are going to learn chapter number 3B of economics, that is elasticity of demand. This is part 2 video. Let us recall what is the elasticity of demand that we have already learned in part A, part 1. The term elasticity indicates responsiveness of one variable to a change in the other variable. Elasticity of demand refers to the degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded to a change in its price or any other factor. So, in simple words, if we talk, the law of demand fails to explain quantitative relation between price and demand. What does law of demand states? That when price increases, demand decreases, and when price decreases, demand increases. But it does not explain us the quantitative relationship. How much will be demand in, how much will demand increase and how much will demand decrease? That law of demand does not explain. So elasticity of demand helps us to understand how much the quantity demanded responds to changing price or any other factor affecting demand. So it helps us to understand the responsiveness of increasing in price and demand, or increase in income and demand, or increase in any other commodity and demand. In this video, we are going to cover cross elasticity of demand and price elasticity of demand. Student, there are three types of elasticity of demand, that is income elasticity of demand, cross elasticity of demand, and price elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand we have already covered in part 1 video. You can get information from there. So let's get started with cross elasticity of demand. What is cross elasticity of demand? It refers to a change in quantity demanded of one commodity due to a change in the price of other commodity. So when there is a change in price of one commodity, then price of other commodity, demand of other commodity gets affected. Cross elasticity of demand is found in case of substitute goods as well as complementary goods and non-related goods. If I tell you in example form, tea and coffee, these both are the commodity. Let's assume that price of tea increases. What will happen to demand of coffee? As price of tea increases, people now switch on to drinking coffee more. So in this case, when price of one commodity increases, demand for other commodity increases. This is the example of substitute goods. Substitute goods are those goods which can be replaced with other commodity. Now if we talk about complementary goods are those goods which goes in hand. For example, car and petrol, tea and sugar, right? So what happens when price of one commodity increases? Let's say when price of petrol increases, what will happen? People will think of not buying more cars because they cannot afford petrol price. So then in this case, that is in complementary goods, what happens when price of one commodity increases, that is let's say petrol, then demand for other commodity decreases, that is car. And non-related goods are those goods that are not related with each other. So let's take tea and book. Now they are not related with each other. So when price of, let's say, tea increases, demand of books remains same, it does not get affected. Cross elasticity of demand in equation form is written like this. EC stands for cross elasticity of demand. It is written as percentage change in quantity demanded of commodity A upon percentage change in price of commodity B. That is, when price of commodity B increases or decreases, it affects the quantity demanded of commodity A. In equation form, it is written as percentage change percentage change in quantity demanded of commodity A upon percentage change in price of commodity B. This change sign is known as delta sign. Further, when we divide it into multiplication form, change in quantity demanded of commodity A upon quantity demanded of commodity A, that is original demand for commodity A, change shows the difference between new demand and original demand, divided by change in price of commodity B upon original price B, that is price of commodity B, that is original price, and difference between original price and new price is written as delta P, that is change of price of commodity B. When we convert it into multiplication sign, this becomes reversible. So price of commodity B upon change in price of commodity B, where QA is quantity demanded, original quantity demanded of commodity A, then change in QA, that is change in quantity demanded of commodity A, then PB, here it is change sign will come, then PB where original price of commodity B, and again here change PB, that is change in price of commodity B. Cross elasticity of demand are of three types, that is positive, negative and zero. Positive cross elasticity is applicable to the substitute goods. Example, tea and coffee. I have already given you example of tea and coffee. If price of tea increases, demand for coffee increases, or if price of tea decreases, demand for coffee decreases, because now people will switch on to tea because now price of tea has decreased. Then negative cross elasticity, this also we have seen. Complementary goods, that is tea and sugar, car and petrol. Complementary, once again I am saying it is related with each other. Please do not get confused with substitute goods and complementary goods. Substitute which you can substitute, which you can replace. So negative cross elasticity, that is when price of one commodity increases, it affects the demand of other commodity, and because of that, if price of one commodity increases, demand for other commodity decreases. And then comes zero cross elasticity, that is applicable to non-related goods. Zero cross elasticity, there is no elasticity because both goods are not related with each other. That is example of tea and books. So where even if price of tea increases or decreases, demand for books does not get affected because they are not related with each other. In this picture you can see picture of tea, coffee, sugar and book. Tea and coffee are substitute goods. Tea and sugar are complementary goods, and tea and book are non-related goods. Tea and coffee, positive elasticity of demand. Tea and sugar, negative cross elasticity of demand. And tea and book, zero cross elasticity of demand. Let's move further to next elasticity of demand, that is price elasticity of demand. Price elasticity is responsiveness of change in demand due to a change in price only. Now when we talk about responsiveness, that is again how much response you will get when price of a commodity increases, then what will be the response in demand section, that whether demand will increase or decrease and how much it will increase or how much it will decrease. But in price elasticity of demand, we assume only the price of commodity and all other determinants or all other factors affecting demand remains constant as per ceteris paribus example. So when we talk about income elasticity of demand, we just consider income and demand. So in case of price elasticity of demand, we just consider price of a commodity and its affect how it is affecting to a demand of a commodity. We do not assume any other factors such as income, population, taste, habits, fashion, prices of substitute and complementary goods. This all things we do not think into consideration. We assume that all these things remains constant. Price elasticity of demand have five values, that is infinite, 0, unit, greater than 1 and less than 1. There are five types of price elasticity of demand, that is perfectly elastic demand, perfectly inelastic demand, unitary elastic demand, relatively elastic demand and relatively inelastic demand, and that you are going to learn in part 3 video. Let us see further about price elasticity of demand. Again, in equation form, if we turn, price elasticity of demand is written as E, capital E and small d, which says price elasticity of demand, and percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in price. When we convert it into equation form, percentage change shows with the triangle sign, quantity demanded is written as Q upon percentage change again with the delta sign and change in price. So here in price elasticity of demand, it is simple that when price increases, demand decreases. But further you will see that how in some cases demand increases too much, in some cases demand increases little, or in some cases even demand remains constant, it becomes 0. So that further we will see when you will learn the 5 types of price elasticity of demand. So when we convert this percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in price, when this thing you convert it into division form, change in Q represents difference between original quantity demanded and new quantity demanded. Q represents original quantity demanded. Change in P represents original price and new price, difference between original price and new price, and P represents original price. So when we convert this into multiplication form, again it becomes price comes upside, that is original price comes upside, and then change in price, which is shown with the delta P, comes downwards. By this we finish 3 types of elasticity of demand, that is income elasticity of demand, gross elasticity of demand and price elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand is under part 1 video. In this video we have learnt about gross elasticity and price elasticity of demand. Please go through this video to understand it in better way and do not get confused between 3 types. Further we will learn in part 3 video. Thank you.